next Wednesday, Sistas is back.
I like being close to you. I'm with you all the way.
With a vengeance.
Oh my God! I got all that on video.
Tyler Perry's Sistas. All new episode next Wednesday at 9. Watch it live on Beyince.
And we are less than a week away from the return of Tyler Perry and BET's Sistas. What's good, y'all? She got Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Sistas video. In this video, I'm breaking down the second teaser. It's a 15-second teaser that was released recently to prep us for next week's return on June 1st. The second half of season 4 of Sistas will be dropping with episode number 12, and they finally gave us a teaser with all new scenes, because prior to this, if you missed it, I definitely did the trailer breakdown for 4B as well as a teaser breakdown for 4B, and I showed the new scenes because they were literally put into new scenes sprinkled in between of old scenes that we have already seen. However, this teaser that they just dropped is all new scenes that we had not seen before prior to in the series, so it really gives us a little preview of what we're going to see. And in my opinion, I think that the teaser that we got is really for like the first 3 episodes when they return, not for the rest of the entire season, and I'm really excited about it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about it. And I'm going to jump in with one of the first things that we see, which is Sabrina and Bio having a good time. A lot of y'all have said in the comment section of my other videos that y'all think that Bio might have drugged Sabrina, and I'm hoping not. If you missed it, I have on ericavane.com a synopsis breakdown for each, or I have the synopsis for each episode of Sister season 4 listed out, and then on the channel I do synopsis breakdowns or synopsis explanations. And part of the storyline between Sabrina and Bio that we can expect is that she doesn't actually know that he's an African prince, that he's, you know, rich and famous or whatever, and I'm hoping that that would mean that he would not drug her, like that he wouldn't put her in that type of position. However, I get how y'all totally see that, just in that he was really pushing for her to continue to drink alcohol, and he wasn't drinking as much. And then he was a little iffy with the dialogue to me in episode 11, where he was like pushing her to drink, but then was like, oh, of course you drunk, and you know, you're not thinking clearly, whatever. And it's like, sir, you the one who was trying to have her down these bottles of wine, and now you trying to judge her for drinking. So something is definitely off about Bio, but I don't know if it's actually like he drugged her, or he spiked her drink, or he did something to try to take advantage of her, or at least I hope not. Now, what I will say is, if that's the case, it will, you know, add a little shunt-da-dun, a little da-da-da-da into Sabrina's storyline, because y'all know her storyline has been dragging along a little bit. They have not been giving our good sis Novi a lot to work with and a lot to do, aside from just looking like a queen and being cute on camera and being nosy here and there. She really hasn't done much. So I am looking forward to the second half of season 4 of her character getting a little something else going on, and us really getting to see Novi express herself and really show her acting chops. I'm really looking forward to seeing a little bit more than just the Sabrina Calvin, you know, roll around, merry-go-round, whatever. And I think that Bio will be an interesting addition to her storyline. Then from there, we get to see Andi looking all calm and collected, a little bit confident. I think she's still in the penthouse at this time. And I think this has to do with Robin, who she has coming over now. In the previous teaser, we got a scene where we saw Gary spying on Andi and Robin, who are in the penthouse. So I think that this scene that we get in this teaser is a lead up to that. She probably just got off the phone with Robin and told him to come over, and she's all excited and happy to see him, yada yada yada. I still think Andi is goofy. The little time that we've had in the hiatus has calmed me down and calmed me off of her behind. However, she is definitely the homegirl who we are leaving to her own devices and to her own mess, because she don't want to listen. She don't know that hot grease is greasy. She don't know that hot grease is hot. She don't know that the stove is hot when we tell you not to touch it. She wants to be the one that has to be burned. So go ahead, Andi, and get yourself burned, sis. Get yourself burned, because Gary is the real kind of crazy, and you keep playing thinking that you crazier, or you could be more manipulative, and it's like, no, girl, he takes the cake. It's giving psychotic. But if you want to go ahead and play with psychotic, you go right on ahead, honey. Now, in other news that we really don't care about, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk about because it's in this teaser, we get a clip from Maurice and Q, and Q was like, oh, I just like being close to you. Boy, we don't care what you like. We never care what you like. You are a menace. You are a menace. You are a manipulator. You are borderline like multiple personalities, to be honest, and you really got to go. Maurice, you love yourself way more than this. I'm gonna need you to do better. What the hell? Now, what I am interested to see is Karen and Aaron, because we get to see Aaron talking about I am with you. He is just as committed as we have known him to be, child. He ain't going nowhere. This is the morning that he's coming to take Karen to the doctors, and in a previous teaser we get to see the doctor assuming that Aaron is the father, and she's congratulating and saying he's gonna be a great dad because apparently he's gonna be nice or whatever at the appointment. I don't even really care about all that. All I care about is the fact that Karen is going her behind to the doctors. Now, the way that she's looking, I'm hoping that she's very receptive to Aaron. We also got another scene where her and Aaron was about to get it on in the living room at her house, but then the girls walked in on her and interrupt them. So I'm like, okay, has Karen reconsidered, putting up a little bit of walls between her and Aaron? Like, is she ready to go ahead and give in to this man and let him love her how she needs to be loved and supported? Because I would be totally here for that. When we last saw Karen, she was trying to talk to Andi, but then Andi had Gary coming over. Then she went to talk to Danni, and Danni was like, yo, like, Zach is gone, girl, let it go, you got to let it go, and gave her that real raw honest truth. And I think that we're about to see in the tail end of this season Karen really go through the process of grieving the loss of Zach and then releasing him. Who the baby father is only going to play a part in reference to like how active or how engaged they are in reference to each other's lives. If he winds up being the father, then he's going to be a part of the baby's life. Cool. But they're never going to be together. And I think that we're going to see Karen process it during the end or the second half of this season, which I'm excited for, because y'all have been on my good sister's head as if we don't need time to grieve our losses. We don't need time to reflect. We don't have regrets like that. Sometimes we don't struggle, and we struggle with relationships. We struggle with losing relationships, especially if you have gone through and been with someone for 3 years, have been there for them, have done all these things for them, and was, down in the trenches with them. And then when they're up, they find somebody else. I can only imagine how that feels. So I've been rocking with Karen from the jump. While all of her actions have not been right, I completely understood where they were coming from, and I feel like they was coming from a place of really grieving, and I gave her grace for that. And hopefully y'all find reasons to give her grace throughout the rest of the season as she continues to, navigate towards a more healed space. I do actually like Aaron for Karen now. I think that he's been very, very consistent, even though there's a couple things that's coming up later on. Check the synopsis, y'all, because there's a couple things coming up later on is making me a little bit worried about what Aaron got going on. Like, he got this little girl popping up on them at some little smoothie shop or something, and she think that that's his man or her man or whatever. And I'm just like, listen here, Aaron, you're supposed to be a straight arrow. You're supposed to be the good guy. Stay the good guy. Tyler Perry, don't ruin Aaron for us. Don't ruin him for us. But yeah. So in this teaser, we get to see the moment before they go to the doctors. And like I said, I think that this teaser is really for the first 3 episodes, y'all. So within the 3 episodes, once they return, we're going to see the actual doctor's appointment. I'm hoping that we get to see the doctor's appointment in this first episode 12. But worst case, I think we'll be able to see it by episode 13 for sure. And then Fatima, we get to see what Fatima actually did when she gets over to Hayden's house. So we saw her breaking up all of his stuff breaking up his car. But in this teaser, we get to see when she's inside, she actually takes the bat to his coffee table and is like wheeling it around, and she goes basically ape. And I'm totally here for it, because Hayden has been on our nerves. Him getting his ass whooped didn't help. Him being threatened didn't help. So at this point, it's going to be a game of chicken. And if we got to keep on taking it up a notch, we got to keep on taking it up a notch. Unfortunately, also what we see in this trailer is the next scene is that Hayden is going to get Fatima arrested because he says that he had cameras in his house that recorded everything. And he a little snitch. You know what I'm saying? If y'all watch Empire, y'all know what I'm saying. He's a little snitch, and he calls the popo. And I think this is not going to be the last time he calls the popo, because we in another teaser we got to see Zach come up to the law firm and try to tackle Hayden. I'm like, oh, he gonna call the police about that. So clearly we're going to get the rest of the season. We're going to be back on Hayden's head. I still want to know, why was Gary in your house, Hayden? Like, are y'all cool? Like, y'all cool they lie? Like, y'all are just really menaces? Are you like the menace's apprentice? Are you in training to be the super villain next? Like, what is going on? And honestly, like, we just really need to annihilate y'all, because y'all are giving raggedy. Y'all are giving ghetto. Y'all are giving just doing entirely too much. You're giving, you don't know what love is. You're giving selfish. You're giving narcissistic. You're giving, you need to be removed. You need to be scrubbed from the earth. And I hate that for you, but then it is what it is. I think that they're going to both be continuing to play with fire, and they're going to get their asses extinguished. But that is my thoughts on the second teaser that we got, the 15-second teaser. Y'all, let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. What are you predicting to happen the rest of season 4? They also already filmed season 5, and I'm anticipating we're going to probably get season 5 around September or October. So y'all, let me know. What are you looking forward to happening? What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is not going to happen? How excited are you? Drop all of that and more in the comment section down below. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my sisters videos. And your good sis E, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.